Wednesday, October 30th. Yep, it's that time of year again, where hundreds of little people trespass on our property, and we aren't legally allowed to shoot them. Normally, I would be excited. All the free candy, late night horror movies, haunted houses, but this year, I'm not. You're too old to engage in youth-centered activities. You should be giving back to the younger generation. My mom banned me from trick-or-treating. Rightfully, I protested her decision, but Mom threatened to leave me in the woods again, so now I'm forced to hand candy out. But trick-or-treating isn't the only reason I'm not excited for this Halloween, because this year's Halloween is on a Thursday, meaning I have school tomorrow. So Mom's still not gonna let me play video games, which really sucks because I'm loving this new game I got. It's called Dead by Daylight. It's a pretty interesting game. On one side, you play as survivors and try to escape the game, and on the killer side, you just try to kill everyone. That's a very simple way of explaining it. Anyways, I'm really bummed out because I'm kinda addicted. Looping him at the shack, moving over to main building. Thursday, October 31st. Holy banana balls! Roderick is my savior. So you know yesterday how Mom told me I had to help hand out candy? Yeah, Roderick bailed us out by shoving Manny into a pumpkin. Roderick then told Manny that he would have to give Roderick candy from the inside of the pumpkin whenever he stuck his hand in. Then Roderick would give him the key. The key being a cinder block on top of the pumpkin. Safe to say, Manny is not getting out anytime soon. With Mom satisfied and Dad still at work, all this spare time tonight leaves me with one thing on my mind. DBD. I was having the time of my life, killing survivors, looping killers, and getting them blood points. It was great until this happened. Oh shit! While I was playing the game, this weird fog came out and sucked me in. After what felt like forever, the fog cleared, and you wouldn't believe what I saw. I was in Dead by Daylight. Literally. I have no idea how I got here. One minute I was in my basement, and the next, I was here. I ended up walking around for a while. There were a lot of trees, and the fog was really dense. I even started hearing some screaming in the distance. Thankfully, I eventually found someone. What the? Never seen you before. It was Dwight. Dwight is a character in the game, and from the looks of it, he was the person I heard screaming. As I introduced myself, Dwight said that we should get working on the generator. If you don't know how Dead by Daylight works, I'll explain it more thoroughly this time. 1. Survivors need to complete 5 generators. 2. Once completed, the exit gates can be opened. 3. If a killer starts chasing a survivor, they have to use pallets and vaults to escape. 4. If the killer catches them, then the killer can hook them on a hook. 3 hooks, and they die. I'm not too sure how to work an actual generator, but it can't be too hard, right? Okay, it might be a little hard. First time, don't sweat it. I think the killer's chasing someone else right now. Oh shit! Out of nowhere, this guy with a chainsaw came from behind and gave Dwight the nastiest backstab I've ever seen. Suddenly, I was running for my life. I think the guy with the chainsaw is called the Hillbilly, but I'm not too sure. What I am sure is that if he gets me with that, I'm cooked. Luckily, I ended up finding a loop, and I managed to last while being chased by him for a bit. However, he did eventually hit me with his chainsaw. And let me tell you this, getting hit by a chainsaw hurts like a bitch. I was really scared now, because how painful would it be being placed on the hook? He then began to pick me up, and I gritted my teeth, expecting the worst. Ugh! Right as I was picked up, this random girl just dropped a pallet on his head. Did I know you could do that? No. Am I complaining? No. We ran for what seemed like forever, and right as he caught up to us, we opened the exit gates and escaped. After me and her ran out the gates, I finally got the chance to catch my breath. Thanks for the save. Yeah, no problem. Name's Yui. You new here? Yeah, I guess I am. Say, what happened to Dwight? Not sure. Probably dead. Do you know where we're going? Yeah. Same place as always. I was hoping that this nightmare would all be over. Unfortunately, it wasn't. I recognized this place. This was the main hub where the survivors sat. The killers can't go here, which is a relief. However, as we got closer to the fire, we saw that we weren't alone. Witch! Witch! Burn thy witch! To hell with thee! Oh, thank God. Normal people. Some random European guy was yelling at some goth girl. Never been to Europe, but I guess this is what the people there are like. We got them to stop arguing, and then asked them who they were. And this is what they told us. The goth's name is Sable. As you can tell from the drawing, she's a goth. Apparently the man started calling her witch when he caught her performing some kind of ritual in the basement. The other person is Vittorio. Apparently, he's from the 13th century. I'm actually a little worried now, because if all European people are like this, then I'm not going to enjoy our trip to Venice next year. After our introductions were over, we just kind of sat around for a while. Don't get me wrong, I do not want to be here, but seeing how this place was the only safe spot from the killers, we didn't really want to go exploring. With that being said, despite this place being safe, I still got the feeling of being watched. And I was right. Here we go again. Get ready, everyone. Once again, I was alone. But this time, more confident, knowing what was happening. My current objective is simple. Survive the trials and escape this nightmare. And maybe bang the goth. I don't know, I'm not quite sure yet. Anyways, I found a gen relatively fast and got to work. I think I was about halfway done when I saw something in the corner of my eye. This freaking demon started chasing me. Ah! After a while, the guy gave up and wandered off to find someone else. I wasn't really close to anything useful, so I decided to search for a chest. But what was inside shocked me. That was odd. I thought only one item could spawn in a chest. I better hang on to this key just in case. It was then when I was reunited with Yui. She said that they'd managed to complete 3 generators, but both she and Sable had been hooked once already, and Vittorio had been hooked twice. She told me to bodyguard Vittorio so he wouldn't die, so I did. And after being with him alone for more than 5 minutes, I could already tell that it was going to be a long day. When me and thy witch were together, we encountered a man with a pyramid for a headeth. 'Twas then she exclaimed, "Gyat." What does that mean? After that conversation, things went surprisingly smoothly. But as you could tell from the style of my writing, whenever something good happens, I immediately follow it up with either but, however, until, or right as. Right as we finished the generator, that demon-looking guy showed up again. But this time, he looked pissed. We instantly started to book it, and we actually managed to find a pallet on the map. Or at least, Vittorio did. Vittorio, you asshole! Luckily, I managed to dodge out of the way at the last second, and thankfully, Vittorio didn't. Ah! Great Caesar's ghost! Now, I was debating whether or not to save him, but I quickly realized the others would be mad at me if I didn't, so reluctantly, I saved him. Ah, my glaucoma! Thou couldn't have twiddled his thumb any longer! Shut the fuck up! While me and Vittorio were doing that, Yui and Sable got the rest of the gens done, and shortly thereafter, we escaped. Once again, we ended up exactly where we started, although I have made some progress in getting out of here, or at least I think I've made progress. Hey, do you know what this key is? No clue. Never seen it. Thy has no idea. I guess from their response, I'm not gonna find any information from them. I'll take a break from writing. Talk to you later. We've had a few matches since I last written in this, and not too much has happened. We've had a few close calls, our most difficult one involving Sable. Run while you still can! Other than that, we're doing pretty good. Good as in not dying. Still have no idea what to do to get out of here. But I have a feeling it has to do something with the key I have. It's like a gut feeling, you know? Just then, the fog rolled up. We all prepared for the match, but little did we know it could have been our last. This match started off pretty rough, as Yui was instantly injured. Ah! Yui had stepped in the bear trap. That meant we were facing the Trapper, the mascot of the game. We did manage to get her free though, but things instantly started to get more intense. He started chasing after Yui, and the rest of us started working on gens. But even so, this match was tough. Every few minutes, someone was getting hooked. By the time we completed 2 gens, everyone had been hooked. Me being the last one. Remember when I said that I feared the pain of being on hook? Well, call me a fucking fortune teller, because that shit hurt. A lot. Ah! Did I forget to mention I was hooked in the basement? Right after he finished hooking me, he didn't leave. He just sat right in front of me. I was being face camped in the basement. If you don't know, against a trapper, this is one of the worst scenarios possible. While I was down there, I heard the sound of exit gates being powered. So at least my teammates are doing something. Which, honestly, these guys have been goats since the start. Props to them. It was then the rescue effort began. Ah! What? Are you expecting a kiss or something? Yeah, I guess it was just a pipe dream. I quickly ran out of the basement, being careful not to step in any more bear traps. However, it was super hard because he had trapped the whole basement. Then, the unthinkable happened. Ah! I stepped in one of his bear traps. Is this the end? I'm actually about to die? I tried my best to break out, but I just couldn't. I'm sorry. Yui, Sable, Vittorio, I'm sorry I couldn't keep my promise. I could hear his footsteps getting louder and louder. I closed my eyes and accepted my fate. Vittorio, what are you doing? You're on death hook. Yeah, thy nose. You can't fight him. You'll die instantly. Thy accepts his fate. I've been searching for that key forever. Years of research to understand it. So I tried to kill you, but thou realized you needeth not more. I'm getting too old for this. Then, with a flick of his hand, he did some kind of magic, and the key started glowing. Right before I could say anything, he shouted at me to run. You're not a bad guy after all, Vittorio. With the second chance Vittorio gave me, I instantly started searching for a hatch. It's a way to escape besides the exit gates. I ran around for what felt like forever. A couple of times, I was almost spotted by Trapper. I think he was looking for it too. I'm guessing he was also looking for the hatch as well. If he closes it, then the probability of me getting out of here alive is practically zero. Then, in the corner of my eye, I saw the hatch. What? Ah! Since when were there 20 of you? Everyone just stood there in confusion, not knowing what to do. After a bit, someone finally spoke up. What did he say? Foolish mortals, allow me to translate. You know not of what you carry, boy. That key is not of your domain. Key, huh? Thanks for the tip. After I unlocked the hatch, I jumped in. It felt like I was falling through a giant cloud. I couldn't see much around me. I'm not sure what's going to happen to me. If I die, I'm at least happy that my friends managed to escape. And if I end up back at the campfire, then I'll keep searching for Vittorio's sake. Friday, November 1st. When I woke up, I was completely disoriented. I checked the time on my phone, and it said it was 4:40 p.m. The strange thing is, I don't know why I was in my bed. At first, I was worried that I imagined all the events that happened, and that someone put drugs in the Halloween candy. But then I felt something in my pocket. I guess it was real after all. That was a relief. But now I have a new problem. Mom. When she finds out I missed school, I'm 100% getting the belt. Then I realized that I was the only one inside the house. Mom and Dad were nowhere to be found. I actually started to get nervous, thinking that the entity was playing another game with me. Then, I heard this from outside. Give me the rest of your teeth, Bubby. Was that Manny's voice? I quickly ran outside, and you wouldn't believe what I was witnessing. The reason why Mom and Dad didn't realize I missed school. Manny broke out of the pumpkin, hunted Roderick down like a dog, and the two have been brawling it out since sunrise. Mom tried to convince me to separate them, but there was no way in hell I'm getting anywhere near them. I'll give you 50 mom bucks. Manny is unconscious, so after that escapade, I went back to my room. I've had enough trouble for today. Was this the best Halloween ever? Probably not. Will I play Dead by Daylight again? Who knows? If I were to, though, I would make one small change. Always play with friends. Ready to have a blast? Happy Halloween. That was such a fun story. I liked how it had a serious tone, but there was also a lot of comedic value to it. One thing I want to go back to and talk about a little bit is Vittorio. How he locks in here. Completely changes the art style. This was hilarious, but it was such a cool sacrifice. Completely locks in. Trying to mog the monster or something. Just get in the way of him. And then gets his head cut completely off horizontally. That shit kind of came as a shock, man. Like, that's kind of disturbing to see. But what a sacrifice he did for Greg. And Greg has a death wish. I mean, how are you gonna get Rowley? Suck him into the game so you can go back into the game. He's just doing it for the goth. Let's be honest here. Greg is trying to run it back so he can beg the goth, which honestly, you know what? That's fair. But let me know what you guys thought about this story in the comments. I really liked it. I love how the art would change up in different parts of the story. Like if he was writing in his journal, it would look like the normal stuff, but just tweaked a little bit. But if it was like a real-time thing, for example, Vittorio locking in, and then it looks more realistic. I loved that in the story. But that's going to do it for me. I hope all of you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell for notifications so you never miss another Diary of a Wimpy Kid video. And I will see you all in the next one. Take care.